Hello, everybody. Welcome back into Off the Boards. This is episode 6, I think. Episode 6. As you know, I'm your host, Josh, and the other side of the screen we have Ryan. As you can guys probably tell, we're Ethan-less today. This is not going to be a permanent thing. Ethan just had some family shit to go and do today. So, Some weeks it could be the three of us. Some weeks it could be the two of us. It's just going to be depending. We all like to do this on Tuesdays so we can plan out our weeks. So, unless something drastic changes where one of us just can no longer make it on Tuesdays, we'll fucking keep recording on Tuesday.
Alright. Yeah, enough of that though. We have news. There's news, Josh.
Is there?
There's good news.
Is it important
There's
news?
good news. After a summer of shit for Habs fans, there's finally some damn good news.
Really?
Nick Suzuki. 8 more years.
8 more years? What is
8 more years.
What is he, a fucking president, man? 8 more years?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nick Suzuki, president of the world. 8 years, $7.875 million a year. Well worth the money. This kid is a stud, and I have not been this excited for a player in a long time.
Yeah. It's not excited. It's kind of like when I had Matthews, except Matthews is way better.
I mean, he's alright. But that wasn't the only extension signed this week. Because Zibanejad signed also 8 years.
That's a nuts.
$5 million.
That's a nuts contract, man.
Yeah.
Like that's
29.
I think we both agree that it's too long. Like 8 years, he's turning 29, like you just said. That deal won't kick in until he's 29, which would mean this deal takes him until he's 37, and they're paying him how much per year?
$8.5 million. That'll be good for 6 years. Last 2 years that deal are gonna stop.
Is it at least like front loaded, or did they just like completely fuck the dog on the contract?
Let's take a look. It's not. Nah. Oh, no, it's still contract. It's pretty front loaded. It's not like extremely so.
So they kind of did.
Yeah, I mean,
like that's.
It's not gonna be great. He also has a no move clause.
That always makes the deal. It makes the deal like I mean, I understand why they probably did it. It's probably like a thing with Zibanejad's like, because what did you say it was 8 point what? 8.5?
8.5. Though there is one caveat on that move clause. 7 days prior to the trade deadline in the last year of his contract, turned into a 21-team no trade list. So there is a chance he could be traded after in the last year of that deal, but yeah, no. That's a rough contract near the end. For now, though, that's good value.
Well, but like, here's the thing, right? Zibanejad, I'm assuming he was at the table, and they're like, okay, Zibanejad's like, I want 10, and they're like, or like 10 by 6, let's say, and they go, no, we'll give you 8.5 by 8 because that's probably the discount they had to take, giving him more years to pay out the money long term because they do have a lot of contracts coming up. Like they're gonna have to pay Lafreniere, Capo. Shesterkin, fucking
Adam Fox,
Georgiev, like that.
Ryan Lindgren, Phil Chittle.
They are guys that they're gonna have to continue paying. So it's not like it's a bad money wise contract. I don't like the year. Like you're gonna pay a guy that until he's 37. I don't know how well Zibanejad's game is going to age. It could age really well, and he could be good until he's 37, or it could be a situation where he's good until he's like 34, and then he starts to really taper off. So we'll have to wait and see on the deal, but as of right now, for this year at least, it's a really good deal for Rangers fans, and I'm not surprised that some of them are probably excited. Yeah.
The other big extension signed, Alex Barkov. 8 years, $10 million, majority of which is signing bonuses.
Oh wait, really? So what's the actual cap number then?
$10 million at the cap, $72 million of the $80 million paid out is signing bonuses. So it's actually only $1 million in salary every year, and then signing bonuses, which is big for how does
that work then? So do they just still like on year per year? Is his AAV in the NHL 10 or is it 1?
So basically the way it works is he signs a contract for 8 years, $80 million. It's divided evenly, regardless of how it's structured. It's the annual average value is just split total value of the deal divided by the.
But I'm just confused because how does that affect their salary cap though? Because if they're paying them in signing bonuses, then to me that shouldn't affect the hard cap number. But it seems like
it does.
That's
it
stupid.
does. That's how all contracts work in the NHL draft.
Well,
come on.
If you're fucking doing I don't know. Signing bonuses in different leagues work differently.
You should know this very well, Josh, as a fan of the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Well, yeah, I know, but that's the thing. Like, I don't know. I'm surprised Florida has that much money that they're able to fucking pay that.
That's the thing. I'm surprised it's that much, but like the deal structured very similar to like first.
I think you said Tavares, but you kind of cut out a little bit there.
Yeah, the deal is structured similar to John Tavares' contract, though of course it is the extra year. Very much looks like a kind of deal you'd sign Toronto or Montreal or New York. It's kind of surprising to see Florida sign that though.
It's one of those things. I mean, Florida's pushing for a cup, and it's not because they're worried that they're gonna miss out and not get a cup in this with that team. I mean, it's a core that should be performing, should be making the playoffs. We'll probably see them at least compete in the Atlantic Division this year. I don't. Some people are way more high and mighty on Florida than I really am. Maybe it's just because I'm a Leafs fan, but I don't see the Panthers as a contender for the 1 spot. And I've been seeing people go, "Oh no, it's gonna be Tampa Bay and Florida 1-2." No, it's fucking not. I'm like, come on.
I mean, I think they will probably get a top 3 spot in this division. I don't know if it'll be 1. I don't know if it'll be 2. I don't know if 3. But I mean, they're right up there with Tampa, Toronto.
I'd give them 3. You can't pay a goalie $10 million and him to be as dog shit as he is and expect to be 1. You just have so much money tied up in an asset that you're just not using. Think about if they could put that money into something else. Like, then I would see them as a contender. But to have a guy on your roster who is literally just a $10 million anchor is just like, that's rough. That's rough.
I mean, it's rough, but they've still managed to build a very strong team. Goff, Huberdeau, Ekblad. There's some solid pieces here. Spencer Knight still on CLCC. That take care of the goaltending. $10 million goaltender that you're not using. Pretty rough, but
but honestly, with Florida, to me, it's more just how I find that their defense is strong 1-2, but I find it tapers off really quickly. I
mean, they've got some decent depth in guys like Gudas and Mackenzie Weegar's really stepped up a lot. Talks clears.
Yeah, I'm not it's not Weegar that I'm worried about, but it's guys like Frosling and Gudas. Those are guys that on most you put them on Toronto or you put them on Tampa, they're probably playing bottom 6 minutes, not top 4.
I mean, in fairness, on this roster, they're probably playing bottom 6.
No,
they're probably playing bottom pair.
Daily Faceoff has them as the second pair right now.
Really?
Yeah, I just took a peek before I said that, so I didn't sound stupid. Marcus Nudavara and Brandon Montour are your bottom pairing right now. Frosling and Gudas are 2.
That's kind of surprising me. Montour I could see sliding down Nudavara's. Nudavara's not that bad, I didn't think.
Since we're talking, I was just talking about Florida another time, but I just want to say this real quick. Their top 6 is really interesting.
Yeah, very.
For Hagee, Barkov, Reinhardt, that's scary to me. And then Huberdeau, Bennett, and Tippett. If Tippett actually fucking steps up, man, that's gonna be nuts.
Yeah. Especially if Bennett as well. Stuff at the end of the season.
Ryan, go down and look at PP1, man. That is fucking gross. Oh my god. I can list it if you want. It's Sam Bennett.
Go ahead and read it off for the people listening.
Sam Bennett, Sam Reinhart, Jonathan Huberdeau. Your point guys are Aaron Ekblad and Barkov. Now, if that's not a fucking power play unit that'll score you some points, I don't fucking know what is. But then again, I'm a Leafs fan, and we loaded our power play, and we couldn't do shit last year, so...
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know what a good power play looks like, but anyways, yeah, so, was that the only signings we had this week? Didn't you mention...
there are a few minor ones. Alex Galchenyuk signs in the desert. Arizona takes him to League Min.
Take him back.
James Neal, also 1 year League Min, St. Louis. Jack Johnson, League Min, 1 year in Colorado. Jimmy BC, $800,000, 1 year Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And then Parise and Star both signed the Island. Identical contracts, 1.5, 1 year each.
Wait, did you say big both contracts are 1 year, 1.5?
Yep, both contracts 1 year, 5.
I thought they'd be league min. Honestly, I'm a little surprised.
Yeah. I'm a little surprised as well, but I mean, if they can afford it, those are some solid pieces to it. Add great leadership, great experience there. So those will be good. Other minor ones: Brian Boyle signing in Pittsburgh, 1 year league min. Alex Jason signing in Vancouver. Corey Schneider signing on the 1 year league min 2-way. So he might see some AHL minutes again this year.
And I just want to say, I know that Ryan right now on the record screen isn't right. I'm just trying to find something earlier. So I wanna talk about a couple of things. Fine. I'll do it on my phone. I just want to get Ethan's perspective on something because he did mention it. So first off, I just want to mention this. So the Hurricanes are just getting to avoid playing the last 4 preseason games because they just don't want to. The last 2 of them, yeah. That's stupid.
The NHL CBA requires them to play 6 preseason games. Hurricanes played 4. Supposedly they were alerted to this by the Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah, you guys fucking called them out on Twitter like a bunch of assholes.
Yeah, fuck them. They're breaking the rules. Unfortunately, there's no penalty for not playing this because no team, the NHL never assumed team wouldn't do it.
Yeah, but it's just you have it. My opinion on this is you have it written in the CBA. Because you obviously thought that this could be a possibility. So why the fuck do you not have a goddamn, any kind of repercussion for it?
Not only that, the NHL came out and said that the Hurricanes have permission to avoid it due to COVID. First we're hearing about it, now it's happened, and no one seems to have the ability to take care of it.
Not because they have COVID. Let's just be clear. Yeah. Not because they have COVID. Just because they don't want to participate in the last 2 preseason games out of fear that someone will get COVID. But yet all the other teams in the NHL had to play the fucking amount of games. But wait, what? Did every other team get to play? Because what about the 2 teams that would have had to play Carolina in those last 2 games?
There were a few other games that were missed. We know the Islanders and the Devils, I believe it was.
Yeah, that was a power outage.
Just trying to see. So there was a list somewhere, but I believe other than that, it was just them. Mm-hmm. I remember there was an article put out, but I think they were busted fact checked on it. So I believe it was just Carolina that missed those 2 games. The Devils and Islanders due to power outage.
Yeah. And I just I guess I'll touch on this because it's right in front of my face right now. Okay. Denmark and Latvia both released their captaincy lists, or at least what we assume is going to be.
For their first 3 players.
Yeah, Denmark's Oliver Bjorkstrand, Nikolai Ehlers, and Alexander True. I don't know anything about Alexander True. My assumption is he's young.
He plays on Seattle. Yeah. I don't know much other than that, though.
So, on Team Latvia, I know one guy, and everyone loves this guy because he does weird things for some reason during Olympics, this guy. Zemis Gergensen. I'm not going to even try to pronounce the other 2 guys because who cares? My thought is this guy is going to be the captain of Team Latvia just because he does Latvian things, and I love it.
He's probably the assumed captain.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Did you have more to say about Latvia and Australia?
No, I was gonna go to Ethan's take on the trade that Vancouver made.
Okay. Before we get to that, we should probably list off. There's some more teams that released their first 3 players.
Okay.
Czech Republic announced David Pastrnak, Andre Platt, and Jacob Voracek as their first 3. I'm going to assume David Pastrnak probably takes the captaincy.
Yeah, I would agree.
Team USA announced Seth Jones, Patrick Kane, and Austin Matthews.
Captain Underpants getting his time to shine, baby.
You say that? I think it'd be Patrick Kane.
Oh well, of course it's not gonna, dude. It's not gonna be Matthews, but it would be fucking hilarious just because I could call him Captain Underpants again. Everyone obviously knows at this point. Dude got caught with his pants down, fucking the summer before we gave the captaincy to Tavares, big old dummy. But I can't. I love this guy. He scores like 50 goals a year. What can I say? He's a fucking just a gem. Love that guy. Yeah. Love this guy too. But he's old.
Yeah. Finland announced Aho, Barkov, and Rantanen. It's their first 3. Solid first 3. Barkov probably takes captaincy.
Barkov, yeah.
Moving down, there was 2 other teams. Russia announced Ovechkin, Kucherov, Vasilevsky. So they announced goalie in their first three, but I actually it's captain.
Ovechkin's gonna get the captain on that. I mean, Putin handpicks the team. I'm pretty sure. So
we'll get into that. Slovakia announced Halak, Eric Cernak, and Andrei Sekera. Andrei Sekera is 35. Yeah, I would assume he's captain there. Eric Cernak's still young and can't get into goalie, so.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Germany, you're looking at Leon Draisaitl, Moritz Seider, and Philip Grubauer. Seider, 20 years old, going to play for his national team. Leon Draisaitl, of course, I think we can assume he's going to be the captain.
Draisaitl's going to be the captain, but on Seider real quick, he is the best defenseman Germany has right now.
Yeah,
which I don't think is saying much. The guy has a very high ceiling, but he's pretty low on his floor right now, so we'll have to see.
I think he's projected to start with the season in Detroit. Check, though.
That is probably true.
Yeah, yes.
Is he in their daily face-off lineup? Or did you just Google? I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, he's second pair with Nicoletti right now.
Okay, that's fair. Playing behind Phil Peronek and Dan Kaiser.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
it's not bad.
It's Detroit. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised though if he has power play minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, second power play unit.
Last team.
Yeah. Last team is Switzerland with Nico Huscher, Roman Yossi, and Timo Meier. Roman Yossi's going to be the captain.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Love Roman Yossi.
And then we were talking about Denmark and Latvia, so I believe that's all the games.
So Ethan, even though he's not here, I'll let everyone in on what he's been thinking this week. So earlier this week, Ethan was talking about the what did they call it? The OEL Myers shutdown pair. Ethan does not believe that this is a shutdown pair. He said he loves OEL, but Myers is yikes, a 6'8" pylon. So Ethan as a Vancouver fan isn't very high and mighty on this pairing. I honestly think it could work, but that it's the way of the road. And then so we also saw that the Canucks traded Ole Levy for depth players in Yuko
Lemiko.
I tried. And Noah Juleson. Ethan's response was 4 words, and it was I don't like it. So obviously I gotta agree with Ethan on this trade. That's a fucking horrible trade. Like you have a guy who they thought this year might take a step forward, and you're just fucking dumping him already for nothing. Like
but they've looked at him in the preseason. They've seen what he's done. If they're like, we're expecting you to take a step forward, and they see he's not going to take that step this season, trade him.
No, and I'm not saying that that's like that's not like the responsible decision was to trade him. I'm just saying you got there had to be. You basically traded Ole Levy for the same guy in Noah Juleson. So you have a project and another player, but to me, why would you not try to trade him to a team that would at least give you like a third or something? He's a former first-round pick, for fuck's sakes. Like you got to be able to recover something.
He's a former 5th overall pick. No, Juleson's 26th overall pick. He's a year older though, and then Juho Lemiko is a roster player for the Florida Panthers. He played 44 games last year and 40 games the year before, and he's only 25. You're trading a project for projects.
Yes, so, but I believe Ole Levy is further along than either of those two guys, and I believe this in my heart. Ole Levy is probably going to play on Florida this year and could. I mean, we just talked about their defense. Like, he could slide into that spot and actually help out their fucking middle 4, like the top 4 guys, because I don't like the top 4 the way that it's set up right now. So if you put in Ole Levy, you might be able to I
don't see Ole Levy as better than on their defense right.
I don't know. I think he could be. It also change of scenery could also help him out at the end of the day. We've seen that before. So I think he does have talent. I think the guy is wicked talented. I think he just I don't know if it's too much pressure or what it is, but he's going to a place where not a lot of people care about his team. So hopefully that'll help him out.
And you get no Jolson back. No Jolson as a Habs fan. I mean, kid has potential. He's just had some injuries, a lot of injuries in his career.
Yeah.
I think there's still potential there. So yeah.
We also saw that one of the I hate to say it, I think he's the best coach in the NHL right now, John Cooper, getting his extension, 3-year extension. I credit to the guy. Dude's won back-to-back Stanley Cups. He's really good. He's really good at hockey. What else can I say? I think.
Yeah, no, well deserved.
I feel like we already talked. I think Heath also got an extension, but I'm pretty sure we had already discussed this before.
Who?
Sheldon Keefe.
Keefe. I don't know if we talked about it. Get one?
I think he got one, unless I was reading an old article today.
Let's see what you got.
Maybe I'm fucking straight. Oh, no, yeah, September 30th. So that would. He agreed to a 2-year contract. We completely. I don't know. We probably talked about it last week, and we just fucking missed it or some shit. But, hockey's a lot different, and I saw this TikTok the other day, and it's about this goalie named Bruce Gamble. He played for the Flyers in 1972. He took a heart attack on the ice in the first period, and he shrugged that shit off, stayed in the game, and beat Vancouver 3-1. That is fucking insane. That's actually nuts. What?
I thought the game got called off.
No, apparently not. That's fucking nuts, man. If that's fucking true that Bruce Gamble, which is a dope fucking name. Who has the last name Gamble? Imagine being a hockey player, Ryan, and just going, yeah, what's your last name? Gamble? You take a gamble on me, bud? Fuck, I'll fucking win you some fucking hockey games. Like, God, I love this sport sometimes. We get some of the best fucking names ever. The look on your face is making me wonder if this game actually did get called off or something. What's going on?
Bruce Gamble? Is the guy?
Bruce Gamble.
Okay, yeah, he was taken to the hospital during the 1972 NHL game.
Yep.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, he finished the game after.
He fucking... Dude! Yeah. Dude, he finished the game for real? That's fucking insane. Yeah. Oh my god.
He did, before we get too crazy, he did have another another 10 years later or so, during morning practice and then died, so.
Look, I didn't say...
Moment of silence for Bruce Gamble.
I didn't say it was a good thing.
Yeah.
But it's fucking impressive and shows dedication to the rest of your fucking team. I bet you anything. Everyone on the ice at that fucking point said, damn, this is the toughest motherfucker out on the ice. He just took a fucking heart attack like it was nothing. And was like, you know what? I'm staying strong, I'm staying tall, I'm winning us this fucking hockey game, boys. Like, fuck. Yep. I mean, back then they probably fucking smoking cigarettes and drinking beer in the locker room anyway, so... Oh, yeah. Man. I love old hockey shit like that. Like, hockey is such a interesting sport. It's like, I don't know. It's hard for me to explain, but right. So we also we'll touch on all this before we talk about the regular season. So Evander Kane fucked up again. Got caught last week using a fake COVID form. Vaccine card, yeah. So, why? Like, here's my problem, right? So the Sharks hadn't released if they were vaccinated or not. They were one of the unvaccinated teams in the NHL. My problem with this is if you want to get vaccinated, but please don't fucking forge the card, man. Like, if you're not going to get vaccinated, don't be dumb. Like, if you don't want to get vaccinated, whatever, that's your God-given right. Like, I don't care. Everyone should get vaccinated. I've made my stance clear on this. But to use a fake card is just a slap in the face to everyone that got vaccinated. Like, what? Like, why? Do you not care about anyone else other than yourself? Like, you need to not be so ignorant. And especially when Evander Kane was already under investigation for all that shit and already in trouble with the league, decided to throw himself under the bus.
Before we get too far into this, it is worth knowing that these are allegations. Nothing is confirmed on this yet.
I don't think the NHL is going to confirm this story.
No, it has not been confirmed. He is a non-roster player for the foreseeable future, but that is all we know for sure.
He is not. I'm making this take right now. I don't think we're ever going to see Evander Kane suit up at another NHL game ever again. I think he's done. I think he keeps shooting himself in the foot. I believe that he did use a fake vaccine card, and the NHL is not going to come to his defense, and they're not going to say that it didn't happen. It's just they're not going to confirm it or deny it. It's out there. People can make their own judgments and opinions on it. I formed mine is that he used a fake one. There's no way that it doesn't make any sense for someone to make that allegation against him, honestly. So it's just it's shitty. It is what it is, but Evander Kane, man, anyone who's playing fantasy hockey this year, stay the fuck away from Evander Kane. Like that's the long and the short. I'd stay away on that roster. Anyone that's unvaccinated, there's only like fucking 10 guys left in the NHL or however many there are left. Fucking stay away. However many there are, man, don't fucking draft them. They're not worth the fucking headache. They're not gonna be able to play in Canada. It's just like that in itself, especially in some of these divisions, is just like, wow, you're fucked. So
yeah. On that note, actually, it's worth mentioning Travis Hamonic not cleared waivers and won't be playing with the NHL team this year.
So is he going to play with Utica? Is he going to take assignment in Utica, or is he just going to not play?
We don't know yet. I'm going to assume he doesn't play.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. Well, speaking of fucking waivers, fuck you guys. The Leafs decided to waive Adam Brooks, and Montreal was like, alright, so, boom! Right in the face of all Leafs fans. And I'm like, bro, why the fuck? Why? This team is fucking, I swear to God, man, every time I turn my back, they're making another dumb decision. Like, Adam Brooks is a good fucking player, and I'm kind of sad that they fucking did that. My opinion, get rid of Enval. Like, fucking Christ, just get rid of fucking Enval, and you could have kept Adam Brooks. I believe that Brooks is a better player than Enval, but...
You're right, but they play different position. It doesn't always fit.
Well, here's the thing. Last year, they had a line where it's Adam Brooks, Joe Thornton, and Jason Spezza.
My mistake. I thought Pierre Engel was a defenseman. He's a forward. Never.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, yeah. No, I thought you meant like just winger versus center. Well, but it's just.
From what we know, they just liked Mike Amadio more, and they had to choose one.
Yeah, and it's not. I don't hate Mike Amadio. It's just I liked Adam Brooks more than Enval, so I would have preferred them fucking ditch Enval and not fucking ditch Brooks, but. It is what it is. That's hockey. I'll fucking get over it when this team fucking makes it to the playoffs and loses in the first round. I'm sure I'll get over it by then.
I'm excited for that. Excited to see Adam Brooks in a Habs uniform. Hopefully gets him into the fourth line power play or fourth line center.
I hope he never suits up for Montreal ever.
Nah, we'll put him in. Put him in game one just to play the Leafs.
There's no way he's not in your guys' fucking lineup right now. I'm looking at it.
I mean.
Don't fucking scare me like that ever again. So, I feel like I haven't really pumped this up very much, but Ryan, it's regular season day.
I know! The league starts in like 45 minutes, actually.
Yeah, we get an actual fucking game. We get 2 games today, actually. They're spoiling us. We get one Eastern Conference game and one Western Conference game.
Yep. The Seattle Kraken will play their first NHL game against the Golden Knights.
It's not at home though, so they're in Vegas, so we don't get to see Vegas' home or not Vegas, Seattle's home thing yet.
Yeah,
but I'm just
Kraken's arena is not ready yet, so
no,
we'll see them sometime in the next
month
or so.
The Penguins Lightning game is the game that's happening first, so we'll talk about that.
45 minutes, more than 45 minutes.
We'll talk about that one. We'll talk about that one first. I'm trying to load up the daily face-off lines for the Penguins, but it's not working. I've got the Lightning one in front of me, but for some reason,
I can pull the Penguins up.
Yeah, pull up the Penguins lines. It's not letting me.
Not.
Is the Penguins?
Don't let me either.
Is the Penguins one broken? What the fuck? Well, okay. While me and Ryan deal with this technical difficulty, I guess we can talk about
Tampa Bay Lightning.
Do you want to say some things on it first, or do you want me to say something on it?
I mean, the top 6 is there as usual. Palat, Point, Kucherov, Lawrence, Sorelli, Stamkos. Amazing, great top 6. The real difference is they don't have the depth they had last year. These guys like Gord, Tyler Johnson. They're missing a lot of that depth that they had.
But they've got a lot of like really good aging depth, and then they've got Taylor Radish, who I'm pretty sure is a younger player still. So they've got This fucking system is just
Ross Gold.
It's just that the system is a never-ending fucking system of good players, honestly, which is annoying.
I mean, it all comes down to their AHL team.
Like, yeah, that is
true.
They're
just so good. Was their AHL Syracuse?
Yeah, Syracuse Crunch.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Wow. Okay, testing my hockey knowledge. Can Josh name every fucking AHL team? That was actually kind of impressive. Just fucking offhand. Yeah, no. I'm just gonna I'm gonna go to the Penguins Twitter account real quick to see if they posted their lines there because I can't get into the Daily Faceoff lineup for the Penguins.
All right, well, here's what we do know. Crosby and Malkin are out.
That's what I was gonna.
Oh, I've got it up. Really? Their top 6 looking like Tynan, Carter, Rust, Zucker, Evan Rodriguez, and Barry Kaplan.
Wait, you want to give me that first line one more time?
Danton Heinen, never heard. Jeff Carter and Brian.
Okay. Real quick, I just want to say this. Jeff Carter last year, if you look at the stats he put up in Pittsburgh, it actually wasn't bad. And so that line, like, I'm not gonna say this team is gonna like this. Let's be honest, this fucking team lives and dies by sitting Crosby and Malkin. So not having them in your lineup, you're already fucked. But
you're missing them and Jake Gensel as well.
Yeah, I just noticed that. Where the fuck's Gensel?
Gensel's also missing, as is Mike Matheson and Zach.
Who are
3 of them are all deep.
Yeah, including Jake Gensel. But Malkin and Crosby, I think Crosby's out until like November, isn't he?
Crosby, he's expecting the first 2 games of the season. Malkin is for longer term. Expecting to miss the first 2 months.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, knee injury. But Crosby, I believe it was a wrist issue that he had. Yeah, like he should be back in soon enough.
Is Tristan Jarry for real?
No. I have absolutely zero faith in Jarry.
Do you have any faith in Casey DeSmith, or are they both just backup goalies being forced to play a starting role?
I mean, Casey DeSmith is, I believe, younger. No, he's not. He's 30. I probably have more faith in Casey DeSmith than I do in Tristan Jarry.
Mm-hmm.
Though I think neither of them are great options.
No. I mean, I think you and me will both agree that Tampa is going to win this game tonight, the first game of the season.
It's going to be a blowout.
So it's going to be a blowout. What do you think for final score tonight? What do you think?
8-1.
Jesus Christ, you're calling 8-1?
Why not?
I was thinking 5-1 or 5-2. You're fucking up at 8. All right.
I want you to look at the Pittsburgh's lines.
Yeah.
And tell me who is their best player.
I had him in front of me. What do you mean, best player or best forward?
Who's either best forward? Give me the best forward right now. Probably Jeff Carter.
Jeff Carter, Jason Zucker.
Yeah. Defense, they have Chris Letang.
Hey, you know Chris Letang.
Yeah. John Marino's pretty good.
Yeah.
Dumoulin's okay. Patterson, yeah. It's okay. It's okay. Goaltending's hot garbage. I mean, it could have stepped up since the playoffs, but I don't have faith. I really don't. I don't have a ton of faith in this team, especially missing their 3 best forwards.
I need a new marker. This one's fucking drying out, but yeah, I got on my board behind me. I mean, you can't see me right now because I didn't share my screen, but I wrote you're taking 8-1. I'm taking 5-2 for that game. I have a little bit more faith in the Penguins than a lot of people do, but like I said earlier, this team lives and dies by Crosby and Malkin.
Yeah.
If Gensel was in the lineup, I'd say that they'd probably do a little bit better. Like when they get Crosby back, Jeff Carter's going to be bumped down to the second line, and I think they'll be fine because it's Pittsburgh, right? So Gunsel's going to play where Danton Heinen is. Crosby will play in the middle there, and Rust will stay on that wing, and then they'll you know.
Yeah. If you bring those 2 guys back, it's a much better roster, much more rounded out. I mean, Crosby alone brings so much to that team.
Exactly. So I think they're going to be fine. But
long run, they maybe. I don't have them making the playoffs. Personally, but just looking at them compared to Tampa Bay, it's not even close.
I have slightly breaking news.
Oh.
So from 4 hours ago, Wayne Gretzky, who this year is going to appear on the TNT NHL broadcast, which I believe is going to be called the NHL on TNT. But so he had some things to say about the Leafs being total dog doo-doo in the playoffs and dealing with pressure. So the quote that we have from him is this. I thought a bit about the scenario of Toronto when they lost to Montreal in the spring. I was trying to compare it maybe to something that we went through in Edmonton, Gretzky said during an appearance on the Fan this morning show on Tuesday. When asked about the Leafs mounting pressure, and probably the closest scenario that I could come up with was 1992. That year, the club went into the season with Stanley Cup-sized expectations but fell short in the first round. With a Game 5 loss to the Kings, questions emerged about the core, whether it was too offensively minded or whether it needed to be broken up in favor of building the blue line. Thankfully, then the Oilers head coach Glenn Slater was the guy that really took on the pressure and the workload that took all that off his players, and we will just go out there and compete and become the team that we became, said Gretzky. I want his actual quotes here. That team, of course, the mighty Oilers dynasty from the 80s, the 1983 season saw them reach the Cup Finals and lose, foregoing and winning back-to-back 2 consecutive Stanley Cups in 84 and 85, and then 2 more in 87 and 88. In Toronto, few players have been scrutinized under the microscope as closely as the Leafs forward Mitch Miner, whose postseason scoring struggles have been well documented. He emerged from 2 consecutive first-round losses without a fucking goal. What are you pointing at?
Yeah. Just recreating the most important thing Mitch Miner did all playoffs, the puck over glass.
Oh, of course. He's not an uncommon territory, said Gretzky, who will be doing plenty of insight with his new role as an analyst. He said, listen, the best advice I can give you is I know you're pressing, I know you're trying to score, but we don't need you to score a lot. We need you to get 1 big goal or 1 big play, he said. And once you do that, it's going to take and relieve all pressure off of you as an individual. And it's going to be such an uplift to the hockey club. Gretzky said of Marner, we've all sort of gone through that before, but he's such a good player and such a good competitor and so much fun to watch. I'm sure he's going to rebound, and, I've always pulled for good guys to do well, so I'm pulling for him. I hope he gets 1 big goal, and that sort of takes all the pressure off of him, and he'll see that enormous relief not only for the fans, but for his teammates, and that'll go a long way for him. I think that is probably the most, not emotional, but it's the... Gretzky doesn't normally say a lot, but if that is... I'm kind of taking this away from the Leafs for a minute, but if that's anything of like what he's going to be on the NHL on TNT, I think they're going to do fine, because there was some skepticism that Gretzky's not a good personality, he's too boring, all this shit, but I think he's going to fucking kill it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they can do.
Yeah. Taking it back to what he said, I fucking agree. I don't need Marner to score 10 goals. I need him to fucking score in Game 7 when it's an overtime and we need to win, or in Game 6, or in Game 5. There were so many big moments last year in that playoff run that could have gone our way that didn't. It's just fucking like it's shitty. Mitch got married over the summer, and I was not part of this group of Leafs fans, like a lot of Leaf fans were, that been harassing him on Twitter ever since that series ended. And when I say harass, I mean fucking harass the guy. Like, Mitch Miner was trending on Twitter for 90% of the summer. Not for anything good, just because people kept fucking shit-talking him and adding him on Twitter. Like, guys, I get it. I'm pissed off about it, too. Is Mitch overpaid? Maybe. In the regular season, I don't think so. In the playoffs, he might be. But the thing is that about Mitch Marner is he's a fucking good guy. Whatever. Like, we'll fucking get over it. Stop fucking harassing the guy when it's the season's over. They get it. Like.
Yeah. Speaking of Marner, Josh, what do you think about him having to leave practice due to what appears to be an injury earlier today? What are your thoughts on that?
I didn't see the play.
I don't know if there's any video about it, but he did have to leave play after collision, I believe.
I'll say this about it. As of right now, he is still slated to play on the first line tomorrow night against you guys. So I'm not really that worried about it. It's probably just a precaution thing. If it ends up being long term, we're fucked. But it is what it is. As of right now, fuck it. Let's just talk about this right now. We'll talk about the Seattle game in a minute. But actually, fuck. We're talking about the fucking Seattle game before we talk about the Leafs and Habs. I'm making the decision.
The Seattle game. On the topic of Seattle, they named their first captain, and to no one's surprise, Mark Giordano, first captain in Kraken history.
Woo! Let's go Kraken!
Yeah, he will be supported by Adam Larson, Yanni Gord, Jordan Ebley, rotating alternate captains.
Nice.
So we'll do home and away as most teams do. Solid leadership group there. Giordano, great captain. I'm very excited to see how he can lead the team.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of their first game tonight, I don't have high hopes for them.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna say this, because everyone knows my opinion on the Kraken. I fucking love this team.
Yeah.
I love the Kraken. I counted out Vegas right away, and look what they fucking did. Look, man, I'm not counting out Seattle until after I've seen at least 1 month of them playing. And even then, I don't really want to count them out because they got guys who are injured right now. Like, Yanni Gord's not playing tonight. Kelly Yarncrook's not playing. Jared McCann's not playing. Jonas Donsko's not playing. Jamie Alexiak's not playing. So those are, like, 3 guys there who I know are definitely going to be difference makers on this team. Yanni Gord, Donskoy, and Alexiak. So... you have 3 guys who unfortunately are not going to be in this lineup. I think that this team, or at least the game tonight, is going to be a lot closer than a lot of people want to admit. I do think Vegas is going to win, so I'm going to take Vegas, but I'm going to say the score is only going to be 3-2.
I would honestly agree. Vegas 3-2, and I'm going to even get in this. Overtime.
Really?
I think Kraken players are going to come out swinging.
That's what I mean.
And I don't think Vegas will, at least. And I mean, Kraken, I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna make it a close one.
I think the Kraken
at least for the first game.
I think the Kraken are gonna score the first goal tonight within 5 minutes and catch everyone in Vegas just fucking stunned.
All right. I'm not gonna make a prediction like that, but let's call.
Dude, we've talked about it before. I love the Kraken, man. I love this expansion team. Like, the jerseys are clean as fuck.
Yeah.
The stadium looks awesome from what I've seen so far. Like, it. Oh, that's unfortunate. I just saw that Zach McEwen, shout out Muckin' Wildcats again, the guy who beat the shit out of Zach Cassian last week, is being assigned to Abbotsford. I forgot they're not even fucking playing in Utica anymore. They're the Abbotsford Comets now.
Was Rangers named alternate captains? They named they named like 6 guys to be alternate captains.
Really?
It was a bit weird. I mean, I can't say much as a Habs fan. They did a similar thing.
Mm-hmm.
They named somewhere. There's somewhere, I'm sure. Should have had this ready. Oh no. Oh yeah, okay. First, the 6 alternate captains this year will be Artemi Panarin, Chris Kreider, Mika Zibanejad, Jacob Trouba, Ryan Strowman, Hartley Boudreau. That'll be your captaincy group there. And the Columbus Blue Jackets named Boone Jenner their 7th captain with alternates Zach Werenski, Oliver Bjorkstrand, and Gustav Nyquist. So, very excited to see. Very happy to see some new captains around the league. So.
It's always good to see these new teams coming up, you know?
Yeah.
Right now I'm just trying still not saying. I feel like I should have brought this up earlier today, but we didn't super plan this out today, but Brady Tkachuk still remains the only RFA unsigned right now, and honestly, Ryan, I've been hearing a lot of things. Some people think that Brady Tkachuk's overrated as a 5th overall pick. A lot of his underlying numbers would honestly agree with that. Even if you go and look at apparently a lot of his high percentage scoring chances, are a lot of the time he is trying to jam the puck, like just like a rebound comes off and he just like jams it up to a goalie's pad. That is considered a high scoring chance. And so a lot of his numbers come from there. But apparently if you look at his underlying numbers in the defensive zone, they're fucking abysmal essentially. And if they were to pay him 8x6, that honestly is probably him being a little overpaid. The guy has never scored, I think it's more than like 56 points a season, like that kind of pace. He's points per game right now, percentage is like 0.65, which is not great. So I honestly don't know. So either there's a giant divide between where Melnick is and where Tkachuk is, or Tkachuk just wants a ridiculous number to continue playing there, which is pretty fucking shitty, honestly, because he's, as of right now, I'm pretty sure even if, let's say, Brady Tkachuk signs right now, he's probably not getting into Game 1 tomorrow, I'm pretty sure is when they're set to get going.
Yeah.
I'm just going to I want to double check this.
Okay.
No, sorry, Thursday. Thursday is when their first game is. It's against Toronto. I forgot, Toronto plays back-to-back in the first 2 days. What the fuck do?
Yeah. Speaking of Toronto, though, Ilya Mikheyev, 8 weeks with a broken thumb. It's gonna hurt, at least during depth scoring. So,
I don't like... The problem is I don't like Mikheyev to begin with. Like, I find that Mikheyev is a good player, but he doesn't shoot the puck enough, and when he does, it kind of just seems like, you know, when when we used to talk about Victor Mete and how bad his shot was?
Yeah.
It's kind of like how I feel when I look at Mikheyev.
Okay.
His shot kind of just, like, bounces a lot, and I'm like, dude, like, just fucking rip it, please. So, it is pretty unfortunate, though, that he got hurt early, but honestly, I don't know if it'll fuck up the Leafs that much. I mean, I'm looking at our lineup that we're supposed to run tomorrow. It's not fucking terrible. It's not great. It's not terrible. It's passable. If Mitch Miner doesn't play, this lineup is going to get very, very messy. But
Mitch Miner, it is worth mentioning. He was taken out of practice. I didn't know anything past that. I've just looked, and it does say they've said that it is something minor, and he should be fine.
Okay, good, because like I said, it would look really bad. Wasn't Owen Power the guy that, wasn't he a draft, like Buffalo's draft pick from last year?
Yeah, he went first overall.
Yeah, he was the second star of the week for Big Hockey, which is, I'm assuming, where the Michigan hockey team plays.
Yeah, Big Ten.
That just popped up in front of me. So I'm just scrolling on Twitter real quick to see if there's any big news.
There is one piece from Cap Friendly.
Okay.
Due to the way the Evander Kane situation is being handled, Evander Kane's $7 million cap hit will not count against San Jose's salary cap, or at least while he's suspended. So
I don't think that's going to help them very much, but it definitely is worth noting.
Yeah, it's worth noting. Like you said,
yeah,
San Jose's not going to do anything. So.
Well, they can't. Like, there's no players to go after right now, and if you're the Sharks, I'm pretty sure you're... Well...
Jack Eichel. And now I go with San Jose's.
California team.
Who do you ship out in return, though?
Why does
Timo Meier.
Why does that make sense?
Like, Meier has to be part of that return. Barbana probably is.
Now I want to go and fucking look, because now this is gonna bother me.
None of these. There's no way they send back Eric Carlson.
No.
I feel like they would have to send back a defenseman like Saturday.
What, sorry?
I feel like they would have to send like a defenseman back with like salary team. Unless like Burns or Carlson.
Do they need?
But like I don't see how that works.
Well, they have $8 million. They only need to clear $2 million.
You're right, but I feel like to make it worth it for them, to like not just put them to the cap ceiling and screw them. They would have to send back defensemen. Clear some more space.
Yeah, but I think that defenseman is probably Ryan Merkley. Think about it. If you're trading for like, if this trade is even possible, here's my opinion on what's gonna happen. Yeah. Jack Eichel, even in his injured ways, is probably still worth a B plus to A minus prospect, and probably another B prospect along with that. And so I think that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was saying like you'd send the defenseman with salary retained as part of like a cap dump kind of thing.
I think that you.
It's on top of the Eichel trade.
I think you trade Ryan Merkley along with.
Timo Meier. You need to send some good roster player. Couture's too old. Thomas Hurdle probably too old. Only has a year left.
Do you have to send a good player back though? Like that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Because if they send back,
So either you send that back, or you have to pick a couple decent prospects, which they don't have a ton of.
No, but the thing is, like, if you're bringing in someone like Eichel on this roster changes a lot of things.
Yeah.
So, a healthy Eichel on the Sharks is honestly a little scary. The thing is, I don't know what they'd have to move. Like, let's say Evander Kane's contract came into play, right? They could trade Evander Kane's contract to Buffalo, and Buffalo could probably just void that contract because they have to hit cap floor. Remember, even if they're trading a $10 million contract. So they trade. Let's say they take on Evander Kane, and like just to make this trade work, they also send who's this fucking guy? Rudolph Barkles. So they send that guy, Evander Kane, Ryan Merkley, and fucking Nick Merkley. I think that trade goes.
I think you probably have to add a first on for Jack Eichel, but
maybe. But you might be able to talk him down to a second with his injury shit that's been going on.
Yeah, but I mean, it also makes sense because San Jose is a team that could probably put him through the surgery and then wait it out. Like they've got time to figure this out.
Oh, absolutely.
So, I mean, that's a potential trade partner. Maybe.
I think that would definitely be interesting. Do you want to talk about our fucking game tomorrow?
Yeah, we can talk about Habs and Leafs.
So, I'll run through my lines real quick, and then we can talk about what you guys got cooking up. So the first line tomorrow, you guys are going to be going up against Nick Ritchie, John Tavares, and Mitch Miner. Because Matthews is playing the season, we're going to see Tavares playing with Miner on the first line. I don't see that as when Matthews comes back, Tavares gets pushed to the second. So then Michael Bunting is going to play with Kerfoot and Nylander. Not really a great line. If Bunting is actually like for real and that hat trick wasn't just a fluke, then that line might actually work. Enval, Kampf, and Kasse. I don't like Enval. I like the other two guys in the line, and Wayne Simmons, Amadio, and Spezza. I like the fourth line on this team a lot. Defensively, we have Morgan Riley and TJ Brody, Jake Muzzin, and Justin Hall. And like I said, Sandin's going to play with Dermott. They knew they'd keep Sandin. They really liked what they saw from him this year. And Jack Campbell is going to start tomorrow, which I fucking love. Fucking love
Great choice. Great choice.
Love Soupy.
Excited to see what he does over a full season.
I love Soupy.
Excited to see what he can do over a full season.
Yeah, me too. Well, he's not going to get a full season. He's probably only going to get to play like 42 games. I think we're going to give him a pretty good split.
I mean, that's still better than...
No, yeah, but... Yeah.
Look at his quick stats. Yeah, I only played 22 games last year plus the playoffs. Excited to see what he can do in, half a year. On the Habs, we're looking for top line will be Tyler Foley next to Cole Caulfield. A good young talent there, great scoring. Look great in the playoffs. So I'm excited to see what they can do. Drouin, Dvorak, Anderson as our second line. They look great in the preseason. Some real chemistry there. I'm excited to see what they can do in a real game. Then move down to Armia, Evans, Gallagher, Luckman, get I like our forward group this year. This is definitely a very strong forward group. Brendan Gallagher, former 30 goal scorer, Josh Anderson, good goal scorer. Cal Foley's on pace for 30 or 40 last year.
Alright, welcome back. I fucking fucked up and accidentally stopped the recording. Ryan was talking about his the Habs offense of numbers. I guess we'll try to figure out what he was talking about defensively. Essentially, I said that the left side's really weak. We learned that Edmondson is injured for game 1. I don't know how the hell I'm going to put these two together. I'm going to have to fucking try to sit and figure out how to fucking do it, which is annoying. So I'm sorry to everybody that there's going to be a fucking giant jump cut in the middle of this, but it's my fault because I forgot that 6 is the button that ends my recording. And I was creating a new file to put this episode in on my computer while Ryan was talking, and I pushed 6 because I'm an idiot. So, yeah.
Well,
I don't know how much more we really had to say, but we'll fucking this real quick since we're on it. What do you put on a final score for tomorrow? Because both of us are going to say our own teams are going to win.
Yeah, Habs are going to win 4-1.
I don't see that happening, but I'll fucking
4-1.
I'll put it down for
Josh. Just to piss Josh off. 4-1. Because it was 4-1 or 3-1.
You do realize
maybe 4-1, maybe net netter.
I'm not afraid of a 4-1 lead anymore. The Leafs have held enough 4-1 leads now. I'm not worried about it no more. But
how about a 3-1 lead?
All right, there, gentlemen. Sweep. Calm down.
We want to talk about gentlemen's sweep. Gentlemen's reverse sweeps.
All right, there, buddy. You got fucking gentlemen swept by Tampa. Jesus Christ! I thought I fucking knocked that fucking thing off.
It's not a thing.
You got gentlemen swept by Tampa. What do you mean?
If that's a gentleman's sweep, then you got gentlemen's reverse sweep, bud.
You do know what a gentleman's sweep is, right? They let you win.
That's not really a thing.
That is a thing.
It's not.
When a team gets not swept but 4-1, and it's like a scenario where like you either lose game 1 or they fucking lose game 2, you call that a gentleman's sweep because they let the other team win a game and then fucking steamrolled the rest of them. What do I think this score is going to be tomorrow? Without Matthews, without Mikhail,
just
it
jealous.
doesn't matter.
Then there's the big news. Sorry, do your score first. Your pathetic score.
Jack Campbell's going to post a shutout tomorrow night. Baby, 3-0! Soapy! Ah! Fuck that marker.
That defense is going to stop this offense.
Motherfucker! What did you just say about defense? I think you should be the last one bringing up defense right now. Mr. fucking...
Our defense is
atrocious. Atrocious. You're coming at me, the Leaf guy, with your Habs fucking offense? The Leafs were the number 1 in most metrics last year.
And now you're missing your top guy. Marner may or may not be playing. We're not sure yet. Josh, I hate to break to you. Based on the first game lineup, if Marner's out, the Habs have a better offense. I'm saying it.
And the Leafs have better defense regardless of what your team... Even if you guys have Joel Edmondson out there, the Leafs have a better defensive core.
Bruh.
Don't bruh me! We have the better goaltender tomorrow and the better defense. Don't fucking bruh me.
Let's not go crazy with the goaltending.
You have you have Jake Allen! Who's your backup?
Jack Campbell.
Who's the backup, sir? Who?
Simon Montebo.
Who?
Montebo.
Who?
Shut up. Who's your backup, Jaws?
Peter Mrazek!
Peter Mraz suck. But going on to the defense here real quick. If Morgan Riley and Jeff Peters are equal, which, Jeff Peters is a little bit better. TJ Brody, Jake Muzzin, Justin Halsey, the rest of the top 4. We've got Edmondson, we've got Sherratt, we've got Savard. You can score more points. We hit harder. And at the end of the day, defense doesn't need to score. They're defense. Play defense.
I think your defense, what I'm looking at right now, they look like the left side's gonna get pushed over tomorrow night.
and your right side's going to get fucked in the ass.
My right side of what? My defense?
Yeah. Brody, Hall, Dermott, Travis Dermott.
Yeah, there's one guy in that entire lineup that scares the shit out of me, and his name is Travis Dermott. The other two guys are fucking solid. I don't want to hear any fucking Justin Hall slander in this fucking podcast.
Justin Hall. Itty bitty Justin Hall.
Itty bitty Justin Hall. The fuck you mean? Also, when have you ever seen two defensemen fucking trying to fucking hang with each other? I don't gotta worry about David Savard being a fucking bigger lad than Justin Hall. I can read fucking height, man. Like, oh man, I don't know. I think this is just showing that me and fucking Ryan are just excited.
Oh. Just throwing David Savard's got 24 pounds on Justin Hall.
Are you trying to see a fucking fight happen tomorrow? Wayne Simmons has been fighting guys all preseason. If you're trying to get someone to fucking go, he'll fucking go.
Wayne Simmons, I'm so scared.
I don't want any Wayne Simmons slander on this fucking. Do you not see the fight he took the other day? He beat the living shit out of this guy.
Yeah, I'd love to see Wayne Simmons fight eventually.
I would love to see that too.
Great fight. You're gonna do that, and then Cole fucking Coffey's going to high glove on Jack Campbell 3 times. Hat trick, book it.
Didn't that guy only score in the fucking in overtime last year? Couldn't he not score in fucking regular time? That's what it seemed like.
He scored his first 2 goals in overtime. See, Josh, it's called winning. I know you're not accustomed to that. He also has 20 playoff games with 4 goals and 10 games in the NHL with 4 goals in the regular season. So, you know.
Did you just bring up winning to me?
In the playoffs, yeah.
No. That's not how that started. You brought up winning in the regular season. Ryan, that's the Leafs shit. That's their bread and butter. That is Leafs fan cocaine right there. Regular season, that's the reason I wake up in the morning, Ryan. Waking up every day and remembering that I lost to a 42-year-old Zamboni driver who works for the team.
Oh, I will never know that disappointment, Josh.
No one will.
Oh my god.
No one will. You want to know why?
No.
Do you want to know why?
Do
you want to know why no other team will feel that pain?
Why?
Because if any other fucking team was in that situation, they would have won the fucking game. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. In any other universe, the Leafs would have won that game, but for some fucking reason, my fucking team can't do anything right, and it doesn't fucking matter. God, I hate this fucking sport.
It's because you don't have the only $10 million player to win a playoff. Happens.
Look. You know what? I'm gonna show this. I just got it today. My little.
You've won as many playoff rounds as Steelers and Force Atlanta Thrashers.
Got this little leaf case full of stuff. Leafs trinkets now. Yeah. It's also, as I don't know if you guys. There's also a giant bottle of alcohol down there with a shot glass, because that's what being a Leaf fan is like. A lot of fucking sad drinking.
Yeah. Hold on, I just want to look up which player was chosen with the pick you guys traded for. You know, not do anything.
I hope his name was dumb.
Alright, Wikipedia page. Hold on. Corson Kuhlman's defenseman. Just want to put that out there. All right. Josh, have we fucked around with the Leafs enough, or do you want to keep going?
No, my blood's already at a boil. I'd say it's fine. I just want to say, I think I got this after I fucking fixed the recording, right? We talked about the scores after? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I know you can't even see what I was pointing at, but you knew what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know if there's much else to talk about this week. We kind of exhausted a lot of things.
One thing left on.
Alright, what do you got?
Carrie Price.
Oh, yeah.
Carrie Price was announced that he will be entering the player. Get the exact name right. The player. I should know this. The player assistance program, I believe it is.
Yeah, no, it's the player assistance program. That's correct.
Yeah. They help players with substance abuse problems as well as mental health issues. Carrie Price has entered this and will be a minimum of 30 days in the program. We don't know if it'll be longer than that, but it is at minimum 30 days. Though there is expectations that he should be back after 30 days. We do know that a few years ago he was diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome. Terrible issue. It's hard to be a pro athlete not built who doesn't get the proper rest. It's an unfortunate thing, especially as it happens when it sucks to lose our franchise player. He's a leader on this team. We've seen what he can do in the playoffs, and it definitely hurts. Got pictures of him on my wall,
man. Taking out my perspective as a Leafs fan, because it doesn't matter at times like this. At the end of the day, Carey Price is a human, regardless of what sweater he pulls over his head, and I always root for people who are dealing with mental health issues, because it takes a big person to come out and admit when they're struggling. And for someone like Carey Price to come out and say something like that, I think it shows a lot of where the NHL is now with stuff like this. And I hope that, not that I hope more people keep having this problems like that, but I hope more people come out and are able to talk about what they're going through, because Carey Price isn't the only guy in the NHL that's dealing with shit like this, and it would be nice to see more people come out in support of that. And like I said, I hope nothing but the best for the guy. I hope he comes back, and I hope he's fine. But
I wish all the best to him. Come back stronger than ever, but
I hope
take care of yourself. Take as long as you need. We'll be waiting for you.
I hope that he, like I said, I hope he comes back fine, because at the end of the day, it's Carey Price, So, yeah, I think that about wraps it for this week, unless you got something else left, or?
No, I will mention on the business side of the Carey Price thing. While he's in the player assistance program, his cap hit of $5 million will be CIR. So you do have the money to play around with if you need it. I don't think there's be anything you do with it though, so it's worth mentioning.
Well, so with that, I guess we will wrap here. Thank you everyone for watching or listening to this podcast this week. If you're watching us on YouTube, if you liked the video, consider giving us a like, subscribe if you really liked it, tell all your friends. On Spotify, we are Off the Boards. On YouTube, we are Off the Boards with Josh and Ryan. And on Twitter, we are OTB Hockey Pod. I've been your host, Josh. This has been Ryan. And together, we have been Off the Boards. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next week.